Hi, this is Rajat from StartupFrat and I welcome you to this video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to say a proper bye to 2020. How to say a proper bye to 2020. And if you watch till the end, I'll also talk to you about three little things that you can do in order to do a proper bye to 2021 also. And then some people will be saying, well, do you mean hi or bye to 2021? No, we're going to say bye to both years. Okay, and by bye I don't mean bye. I mean, how do you make 2020 your best year ever? How to make 2020 your best year ever? And if you're thinking, man, what is this guy talking about? Why, the whole year was horrible. First of all, we had the pandemic. Yes, I know I suffered the same as you did. And some of you guys may be saying, well, we had all these physical limitations. Some of the people had economic impact also, especially if you had a small business, if you're a working professional, like an independent professional, like a doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant. Chances are that your practice was closed. If you're a corporate professional, maybe you lost your bonus or whatever it is. I keep getting these different inputs, but the world today, especially the financial world, is very, very different than when we started. In fact, most of us wish that we could somehow be transported back to 2019. Yeah, at least economically or financially. But for now, it's not happening. So why do I say that 2020 could be your best year ever? Because I was part of a community that actually made some changes, made some improvements, utilized the time, and actually achieved some results, which actually made 2020 a very good year for them. And I can guarantee you that these people will actually look back on 2020 and say it was one of the most pivotal years of my life. Okay, it was one of the most pivotal years of my life. Now, if you know some of my backstory, I've been through a few recessions, and every time I've been able to do some career changes which have been beneficial to me. And one of the most important things I learned in the recession, the housing crash of 2008, was that the economy goes down and the economy goes up. But in that bargain, the smart get rich. So this community is all about building your own business, building your own brand. Even if you don't have one today, then how do you go about getting it? And when the economy was going down and coming up, when the lockdown was happening and then opening, some people in this community actually made a turnaround for themselves. I'll be sharing with you some stories of these people towards the end of this week in separate videos. But for now, I want to focus on what is it that makes a good year? What is it that makes the best year? And let's go to 2021. What is it that you could do right now to take care of 2021? What is it you could do right now to take care of 2021? There are three big mistakes that people make when they enter a new year or any new year. Okay, the three big mistakes that people make whenever they enter any new year. So what are they? The first one of it is that they enter the new year. The party starts on 31st, the party finishes on 1st, maybe your office opens on the 2nd, maybe you partied a little too hard, okay, and the haze is just starting to settle down. It is typically by the 5th or the 6th of the year, of the month of January, that you start realizing where you stand, and your new year resolutions, are just getting clear at that point. In the first week, or by the end of the first week of January, your New Year resolutions will start coming into focus. Okay, this is my New Year resolution, is what you're going to post on Facebook, right? Hey, this is my New Year resolution, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, this, my friend, is a big mistake. You're already out of time. Okay, you're already out of time. The game has already started. It's like saying you need to be in office at 10 o'clock for a meeting and you wake up at like 9:55. Okay, you think you woke up before the meeting, but chances are you're not going to get any benefit by the time you enter that meeting in office. It's going to be like 10:30 or whatever it is. You already lost the boat. You already missed the boat. Okay, so you're out of time. So the first mistake that people make is that they enter the new year and then they realize that I have a New Year resolution. Then they start following the New Year resolution. Out of time. The second big mistake is that they're out of energy. All of that overeating on the new year, all of that partying with friends, etc., makes you totally out of energy. And you're not to blame. This is just like a very recent phenomenon of society, that believes that some of these things are actually energy releasing and that we deserve this relaxation and this is the best way to relax. And I'm going to talk to you about some of these things and you will be surprised at what they are. People think that hanging out on the phone with friends and family a lot is like blowing steam. Yeah, I go to work, the work is hectic, so when I come back, I like to just hang out on the phone with my friends and family or spend time with my friends and family a lot. And by family, I don't mean your kids and your spouse, I mean just the extended family, the calls that keep coming, friends, neighbors, whatever it is, okay? Spending a lot of time either on the phone or in physical with this extended family circle way too much, way more than desired, is a complete waste of energy, my friend. What if I were to tell you that if you were to reduce this time in half over the next few days, you will see your energy improving by almost 10 to 15%. If you reduce the time that you spend talking to friends and family, socializing with them in person or on the phone by half in the next 5 days, you will see your energy improve by 10 to 15% right there, okay? The second thing is Netflix and chill, okay? Already worked hard enough. Now I just want to Netflix and chill, okay? Netflix and chill. That is the second biggest energy sap, okay? What it's doing is the more media you watch, it's basically affecting your brain and it's leaving a footprint in your mind. A mind that needs to be empty to think and plan. A mind that needs to be empty to think and plan. God did not make the mind to feed it with stuff. God made mind is an output mechanism. Okay, the mind is an output mechanism, not an input mechanism. So you need to leave your mind free to think and plan. Okay, preferably with a pen and paper instead of just binging on Netflix and YouTube and things like that. Okay, now let's get to mistake number 3. What is the third biggest mistake that people make that screws up their year before the year has even started? The third thing is not to have a water and oxygen schedule. Not to have a water and oxygen schedule. What is a water and oxygen schedule? There are 3 things your body needs to survive in that order: oxygen, water, and then food. Oxygen, water, and then food. So if you see, we have way too much of food in our culture today. We are pretty much all of us are kind of overfed. But how many of us are overhydrated? Yeah, that's the number 1 thing that the body needs. Number 2 actually. And the number 1 thing is oxygen. We assume that because we are breathing all day long, we're getting enough oxygen. The answer is no. There is something called shallow breath versus deep breath. The more deep breaths you do, okay, the better oxygen flows into your body and the better your brain works. It's a productivity hack, but it's inbuilt into your exercise regimen. So if you're going for a walk, a jog, or if you're going to the gym in the morning, then that's great. It's probably already inbuilt into it. If not, if you're kind of irregular with your gym, with your walk, with your jog, or whatever it is, then you probably need to have a breathing schedule built into your day. It takes a total of less than 5 minutes across 24 hours. A total of less than 5 minutes across 24 hours. But this thing, my friend, is going to make you a supernova in the next economy. It's going to make you a supernova, guaranteed. Okay? Now, I don't know that during the lockdown, if you allowed these toxins, okay, which is too much of socializing, too much of Netflixing, and not having a water and oxygen schedule, which was extremely difficult during the lockdown because obviously, you could not go out and exercise and things like that, right? I don't know if you let these toxins creep into your life during the lockdown, if you wasted your energy, but I'm going to introduce you to some people who utilized their energy, who basically employed their energy. And you're going to be talking to them and listening to their stories during the later half of this week, all right? Now, what is the third little thing? What is the third big mistake of screwing up the new year before it gets started? It is called out of focus. Out of focus. Now, some of the focus areas, etc., will come if you get your time and energy in order. But what exactly is focus? What kind of focus am I talking about? Focus in your profession, focus, in your general life, etc. There are certain focus areas that you need to have when you start out, because the chances are, if you don't think about all of them equally, then the disbalances are going to start affecting each other, and you're going to end up halfway through the year with literally no focus and not knowing where you're going. And if a slowdown happens, if something happens that you did not see coming, you will not have the psychological resources to deal with it. Okay, so what are these areas? You need to have a plan on what you need to be, where you need to be on the health front, on the wealth front, okay, on your family and relationships front, and becoming a better human being, etc. also comes in here. I'm also working on it. I'm also imperfect like you. Okay, so family, relationships, being a better human being in general, and then you have skill building. Okay, what is skill building? Is there something hidden inside you that could be a right brain or a left brain item? Is there some creativity hidden inside you? There's some music hidden inside you. There's some art hidden inside you. Is there any left brain kind of a thing? Is there some what do you call high income skill that you've been wanting to build that just never comes about? Okay, is it fair to say that this would be the best time to plan for 2021 instead of waiting till the 7th of January or 5th of January? I would say yes. I don't know what you would say. Just let me know in the comments box if you agree with me. Okay, so these are the 3 reasons that are going to screw up your 2021 before it even gets started. So if you want to say bye to 2021, which means if you want to make 2021 your best year ever, these are the 3 mistakes you don't want to make. These are the 3 mistakes you don't want to make. And now for the finale, yeah, you must be thinking, hey man, how do you make 2020 your best year ever if it's not been the best so far? How do you make 2020 your best year ever if it's not been the best so far? I'm going to have a series of trainings come through during this week, and then I have a super solid introduction that I want to make to you, some cool gifts, etc. that are coming that will probably help you along the journey. So I'll provide you the information, I'll provide you the tools, I'll provide you the motivation, I'll provide you the references and case studies on how you can do this, listening from people who've already done this. Okay, so if you're in this, if you would like to get this information, then what I want you to do is comment below you're ready to roll. That's RTR in the comments box. Why do I ask you to comment? Because the lesser you comment, the more Facebook will stop showing you these videos. You'll miss some of this stuff, and then the year will be passed, and then you'll miss some of the gifts that I have to give you, and then the time will be too late. Okay, so if you want to make use of this opportunity, I'm going to give you some super special information and super special gifts. I'm going to make you some super special introductions, and if you want to take advantage of that and make 2020, the last 15 days of 2020, your best year, make sure that you make 2020 the best year ever in these 15 days. So when you look back upon 2020, you say, you know what, that was my best year ever. If you want to do that, then comment RTR or ready to roll in the comments box, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.